Hey everyone, how are you? So as you hopefully know by now, we are running real estate investing event in Fresno on Saturday, November 9th. And what you are about to watch is my dry run of kind of my cold opening, right? Kind of setting up the 4 hours and then my closing session. Intermixed in that, you will have two presentations, one from Stratton and Adam, which I will hope to get and share with you at a later date. But I always like to practice my presentations, and since I'm going to practice it, I might as well record it. And then this should be going live Saturday afternoon after the event, just in case anybody that was at the event wanted to kind of go through it one more time. So in order to practice the presentation, let me share it and then get into slide share mode. So a couple of things we'll be doing as we open is we will be doing introductions. We originally were targeting 40 people, then 50, then 60. And as of this morning, we had just shy of 100 registrations. We'll let you know how it goes tomorrow. If averages kind of work themselves out, we will have 100 registered and maybe 60 or so show up, which will be an awesome day. And if the event goes off as expected, you can look for maybe doing this once a month. If the demand is there, if we can continue to grow the network and we can continue to help people, we will continue to do these events as long as they help and as long as they're fun. So as we're starting today, right, we're kind of getting settled. We've probably done introductions already. I just want to kind of level set that financial freedom is without question hard. However, having a better financial future is easy. This again is a quote that I said one time, and really, I want to make my own. When I'm dead and buried, this is a quote that I hope people will consistently reference with my name. It's just what I believe in, right? Financial freedom is hard because it takes time, consistent effort, sacrifice, all of those things. However, having a better financial future is absolutely easy. And you're going to hear from 3 people today that can help you do that. So first and foremost, we're here in the morning from 9 to about 1. Then Stratton, Adam, and I need to shut down, clean this place up, and then we need to head to our open house. All 3 of us are part of the teams opening up the hub on Van Ness in the Tower District, 1567 North Van Ness Ave, right by Fresno City College. Really happy to be working with these 2 gentlemen. Happy to have them in there. They make the hub go, and please come out and meet the other members. There's lots of really great and outstanding people there, and we are there because we want to network. No employees. We're all independent entrepreneurs looking to help and grow together. Just in case you haven't seen it, this is our new sign put up, Adam and Stratton, which you will meet momentarily if you haven't met already. We call it the Hub because it's just what we believe in. The Hub was actually named or inspired from another member of the Hub, Aaron and Cletus from EVC Homes. They really have taken hold and really helped make it their own. Aaron has done a lot of the design options. So if you ever come to the Hub and like what you see, make sure you reach out and let Aaron know what an amazing creative person she is, and Cletus too for really helping make this thing happen. Without those 2 and their belief, the Hub doesn't exist, and that's not an exaggeration. And we will be there from 3 to 7 on tomorrow, Saturday, or what will be today when this presentation goes live. So the event, kind of 4 things we're going to talk about. When I created the Hub or had the vision for the Hub, I wanted to create a spot that was kind of a gravitational pull. It would be a place where locals could come if they're interested in investing, if they have a property to sell, if they want to be buyers, if they just needed help. You could come to this location. Again, 1567 Van Ness, I think it's North Van Ness, 93728. With the idea being is, hey, if you wanted to talk to an agent, great, there's someone there. Hey, you want to talk to buyers? Great, they're there. Hey, you want to talk to somebody flipping? Great. If you want to talk to a general contractor, great. If you want to talk to someone doing Airbnb, great. We have all of these tremendous resources there. And again, we will network and work together. And really, hopefully the hub becomes almost a beehive of activity as we continue to help more people, either take the first step or their next step in their real estate investing journey. It's very clear that the people who have signed up to be part of the hub, they want to, they want to help. And Stratton and Adam are just examples of that. They're giving up part of their Saturday because they believe in giving back, and they want to help people take their steps in their own unique journey. And I couldn't be more proud of these two gentlemen and really all members of the hub for having the belief and wanting to invest their time and commitment into an idea that has never been tried before. This should only be the start. All the relationships that we make today is just step one. We hope that these become long-term relationships. We are looking for advice, feedback. We want all of you to come to the hub, call us, make appointments. Let's just create activity. There's, all these pictures have the phone number listed. You want to make an appointment, come down, email us, whatever you'd like to do. We're going to be there for you. And again, the whole goal of this is we're looking to grow our network. We've been doing this a while. We have a decent network, but we know we need to continually grow because there's so many people we can help. A lot of people out there have relationships or know of people that are looking to sell, but maybe the property's not clean enough to go on the MLS, or maybe there's no equity and they want to get out, or maybe it's a frustrated landlord. Who knows? We're willing to pay referral fees. We're willing to partner on deals. There's all kinds of ways that we can structure win-win deals. We just need to sit down and talk. You need to talk about what's going on. You need to bring us what you have. Everything I do goes on my YouTube channel, one rental at a time. And we have Michael Hernandez talking about the MLS. We have Nikki talking about the MLS from a realtor perspective. So know that we are there for you, and we look forward to creating a lot more win-win relationships. And again, come to our open house and check it out. So what we're going to do after we've done the kind of basic networking is Stratton is going to get up. He's going to talk about wholesaling, kind of top of funnel marketing, finding and talking to motivated sellers. This is really quick money because you're controlling the property. You're getting an assignment fee. He's going to go through a presentation, 45 minutes. And then we're going to stop, and you're going to be able to ask Stratton all your questions about wholesaling and top of funnel and marketing and texting and voicemails and direct mail and all these other things. We're going to give 20 to 30 minutes of questions, and Stratton is going to take those in that section. Next, we're going to bring up Adam. He's going to talk about flipping and adding value and ARV and construction costs, project management, and really understanding what your maximum offer could be up front. He'll likely also touch on hard and private money, maybe a little bit on the Burr method if it comes up. And again, after Adam's presentation, we're going to go ahead and stop and let you ask Adam all kinds of questions about flipping and construction and value add and things of that nature. And then I will close out the day, kind of the slow old guy, if you will, talking about buy and hold, keys to getting started, focus, understanding how I compare deals, long-term wealth, really the phases of long-term wealth. And just like the previous sections, we will go ahead and break and ask questions directly about buy and hold. So if you're ready for the day, that would be cool. What you see on the right of the screen is actually a book that I've written, and actually was just recognized by Forbes as one of the top 15 books to read before you get started in real estate investing. And that literally happened on Thursday of this week. And it was a shock, I'll have to say. It's on the list with Think and Grow Rich, How to Influence Other People, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So to be included in that kind of company is pretty awesome. And if you want to take a look at it, it's on Amazon, $14.99, or on Kindle for $9.99. Go check it out, take a selfie, write a 5-star review. It'd be greatly appreciated. So from there, Stratton will get up, do his thing. Adam will get up and do his thing. And then I will come up, and then this will be my buy and hold section. I'm just going to keep rolling instead of recording 2 videos. So what I'm going to do is just talk about what was on that previous slide. Keys to get started, focus, how to learn your market, how I compare deals, and then phases to wealth creation. So first off, it'd be remiss if we didn't once again thank Stratton and Adam for all they've done. They really helped put this, this event on, helped with the chairs, they will be helping with the cleanup. Couldn't do it without these two guys. And again, they are giving up a Saturday to help all of you. So we owe them a round of applause. Hey, everybody give them hand applause. Thanks, guys. All right. So getting started, right? Keys to getting started. You need to think in decades. If you're following what I do, you're going to be a landlord looking for cash flow. You need to plan for decades. This is not assigning contracts where you're thinking weeks. This is not flipping where you're thinking months. This is buy and hold. You're going to be thinking years, and you're going to be thinking decades. So I want to be upfront with you. I do believe, as I said very, very early on, that quote that I'm very proud of is, if you can get to 4 rentals, you can change your life. You can have a better financial future. I'm not confused. Most of you will not be able to retire with 4 rentals. But I'm also not confused that 4 rentals can change your life and give you a better financial future. And I think for most of us, that would be awesome. You need to be conservative. I do not believe in the hype of quick wealth. I think quick wealth is either a lie, or a lotto system, or a lottery ticket. I think if you really want wealth, you need to invest long term. If you want income, there are lots of ways to create high income, but wealth is generated with consistent effort over time. Another thing to really think about is, you have to appreciate what both Stratton and Adam shared with you. In my world where I sit, that is just another job. Now, it can be an extremely high paying job, but it is a job nonetheless. What I am talking about is an investment. It is taxed different. It's not active income. It's investment income. You get depreciation and all kinds of other tax savings. It's a very simple model. If you're going to follow what I teach, you need to live conservatively. You need to live below your means, and that boils down to earn, save, invest, repeat. So focus. What do I mean by focus? Well, in real estate investing, YouTube University, Amazon Bookstore, there are tons and tons of shiny objects. Real estate investing has dozens, if not hundreds, of ways that you can get started. And frankly, there are hundreds of ways that people are making millions of dollars in real estate. You need to focus on your one thing. You need to focus and ignore the rest. You can't go 5 different directions. You won't get anywhere. What I call it is, you need to stop moving 1 inch forward on 10 different things. It's just not productive. So how do I recommend learning your market when I talk about focus? I think you should start off by picking an asset type. Is it a house? Is it a condo? Is it duplex? Is it quads? Is it an apartment building? What is it? Because all of those have their own unique characteristics, their own variables, their own costs, their own values, all these other variables. So stop it, focus, pick one. I then need, if you're looking at Fresno, you need to pick an area, right? Do you go downtown? Do you go Old Fig Garden? Do you go Clovis? Do you go, Mayfair District? You go Tower District? Where are you going, right? Pick an area. So pick an asset type and then pick an area. Then you need to look every day. You need to figure out what your criteria is. You need to look every day. And it's only through consistent activity that you start to see the market move. Every market, every asset type with consistent effort has a rhythm, has a price point, has a value. And once you understand what yours is, you can start to identify the outliers, the deals. Most things listed are average or bad deals. I only execute on good or great deals. So you need to do this. You need to focus. And I talk a lot about this in my course. So how do I compare deals? So when, if you follow me, I can compare a studio condo with a 20-unit apartment building. And it's because I'm simple. I don't overcomplicate things. I simply want to know how hard my money is working. So for me, it's a math equation. The denominator, or the bottom number, is how much cash is required to take an asset and make sure it's performing. Is it turnkey? Well, then it's just down payment, closing cost. Is it trashed? Is it down payment, closing cost plus make ready? What is it? Is it 25% down, or is it a 5% down owner finance deal? What's required? What is the cash that I need to take out of my account and put in that asset? Then the numerator is, what is my expected yearly cash flow once property is performing? If it's turnkey, great. Calculate cash flow day one. If it's a trash heap, then what is going to be the cash flow once you've invested the 30, 40, 80, 100 grand? What are you going to expect once the asset is performing? And then we're going to pull out some math together. So again, if you want to play along, why don't you pull out your calculator? And why don't we do this? Why don't we assume, for simplicity's sakes, that you're making $500 a month? And if you times that by 12, that should be 6 grand, right? 500 times 12 is 6 grand. I'm doing this in my head, so forgive me. And then let's say it took you $40,000 cash to buy a property. It took $2,000 closing cost, and then it was $18,000 to make ready. So you took $60,000 to control an asset, okay? Now what you do is you take 6,000 divided by 60, and that should equal 0.1. If you multiply that by 100%, you will see that you're earning 10% return. Now that math is very simple, but that is the math I do on every asset. Notice I didn't talk about price because I don't really care what price is. Price to me is just a combination of what's my down payment, what's my interest rate, what's my rent. It doesn't matter, right? It matters a little because it's part of the calculation, but it is almost the least important thing. If I have been known, there was a conversation I actually had with Stratton recently about a building. He brought me a 9-unit building I thought was worth 750 grand. He said the owner wanted 900. I thought that was $150,000 overvalued. However, he was willing to owner finance it. I said, okay, well, if he's willing to owner finance it, what if we gave him $30,000 down? We did a 4% interest rate fixed for 30 years. Right? If we're going to do that, I'm going to get a below market interest rate. I'm going to get a below market down payment. I'm going to make sure the building cash flows. Sure, I'll do that deal all day long. You see how list price means nothing to me? For me, it's all about how much cash I have in the deal. So just one example, or I guess 2 examples. So here's the deal, phases to wealth. Phase 1, which a lot of people are in. A lot of people get stuck year 2, year 3, kind of what's going on. Phase 1 takes 5 to 8 years. No matter if you come into this with a lot of money or a little money, it takes time. You have to let time go by. Remember early on I talked about think in decades? You need to think in decades. So phase 1 could take up to 8 years because you need appreciation, rent appreciation, mortgage pay down, all these other things to happen before you can get to phase 2. Phase 2 is where you start to re-leverage past capital, right? Is it a cash out refi? Is it a 1031 exchange? And again, this phase can last 3 to 5 years where you're not really taking new capital, you're using old capital again. And this is what we did to go from 8 to 80 units because we did 1031 exchanges, no new cash, and we moved up the chain and we added apartments from houses. And then when you get to phase 1, that's where you start to adjust your portfolio, take some debt from here, put debt there. It's really where you get to get creative and figure out where your risk profile is. A couple of things about this is you do not have to go through every phase. If your goal is just to get to 4 rentals, I applaud you. That is awesome. You are going to be in phase 1, and that is okay your entire time. But you're going to do 4 great deals. And that's going to be awesome. And then when you're done and retired in 40 years or whenever that is for you, you can decide what to do. You want to sell one at a time? You want to refi? You're going to have so many options because you now have a better financial future. But if you are looking for financial freedom, you're going to have to go through 3 phases. Phase 1, initial acquisition. Phase 2, re-leverage. And then phase 3, rebalance or balance debt. So that's how I see it. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Again, we should be wrapping up because, again, I'm your closing session. We'll take questions if there's more time, obviously. We're going to take a little break because we got to shut this down, clean up the room, and then we're going to go see you over at the Hub, which, again, is at 1567 North Van Ness Avenue. Hope to see, if you want to come say hi to Adam Stratton and I, we will be over there. Let's take some pictures in front of the signs and blast them on social media. All right, everybody, have a great day. So again, that's my practice, my dry run. It felt pretty good. I'll probably adjust the talk track a little bit, but hopefully you enjoyed that. This has been a lot of fun to put together. We have roughly 90 people, I guess almost 100 people now registered. We'll see how many show up. And I'm pretty excited. All right. Take care, everybody. Thanks.